La 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 la.
What's up, hockey fans? Welcome to a very special holiday episode of Pod Snipe Celly. My name is Dan Bradley. Alongside me tonight, we have both Joel Fernino and HP. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
That is our Christmas present to all. Is HP's beautiful beard.
Thank you.
And his amazing ugly sweater. We're all wearing ugly sweaters.
I wouldn't necessarily say ugly sweaters. I would say Joel's is ugly. I would say ours are.
Yeah. Is that the Rudolph one, Dan?
It is. It is the Rudolph one.
Oh, that's what it is.
Tradition of wearing this one. Got the reindeer on the front, the Rudolph and Nine on the back. Joel with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Actually,
I'll call it a Christmas sweater. I'll be nice and not call it an ugly sweater here.
Yeah, you're damn right. Voted best jersey in sports, my guy. It can't be ugly.
And then HP, is that the Pink Whitney?
It sure is.
Sweater there. That's what I was thinking.
I'll pan down.
There we go.
Right. We should all pan down at ours. Dan, show yours.
Hang on, I was trying to get the retweets going.
Yeah.
Make sure that we have our viewing audience. I get the sense that we may see a little bit of a smaller live audience tonight. The Minnesota Wild are in progress. And then, Joel, the Blackhawks, are they on tonight or are they off?
They are. They start in about 40 minutes. 40 minutes.
So about halfway through the show, we may lose some audience here along the way. So check in and out either way.
We shouldn't lose anybody in Chicago. We're playing the Avs. That's not something anybody wants to see.
You can get dog walked.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Wild not looking so hot either right now.
No, it's Wild off to a little bit of a rough start. They scored first on Boston, and then Pasta has scored twice. His 19th goal of the season late in the first period to stretch the lead there. So
also had a Michigan attempt against Fleury.
Yeah, was able to keep that one out of the net, but not a good look early on for the Wild tonight. We had a Dewey fight as well. Dewey too.
He got pummeled.
I'm going to say right now, because you still have, like I said, about 30 minutes to actually bet it. Go bet the Hawks Avs over, because the Avs will hit the over themselves.
Is the over at 6.5?
I assume it's at 6.5. I haven't actually looked. Because we'll score our inevitable. Good invite. Wait, oh my God, I actually meant to text Joey. I wanted to bring him on too.
That's embarrassing.
I mean, Joey, if it's not too late, we can send you the invite here.
Want to hop on? I meant to text you.
It's a holiday show. We'll get you in here.
This is all fun and games. Well, it's always all fun and games, but this one's even more so all fun and games. And we got some people tuning in. Hello. But also, yes, Joey, that is my fault. I got really busy with work after Dan and I were like, yeah, HP, come on. And I meant to text you, and then I didn't get a chance to.
Whoops!
So right now, I am verbally texting you live on the show.
Joey, I'm hitting you with the invite right now.
The over is 6.5, and it's the over at 6.5 is at plus money. Take that. That's free money.
It is.
That's absolutely and it's plus.
I'm on my Minnesota legal app.
It's plus one. It's over 6.5 is plus 106. That's free money, because they will score at least 5 on us, and we will get our inevitable 1, and then you'll definitely get 1 from either of the other teams. So I think over 6.5 might be free money tonight.
Entirely possible, given the state of the Blackhawks goaltending. Did we confirm if Soderblom is in net today as well?
God, if Luke Richardson knows what he's doing, I hope not.
Let's see here. Mrazek is the confirmed starter, so maybe not just yet.
He's not as bad.
That's not as for. I mean, he's got a save of the year candidate in our last game.
That stick save was incredible.
Yeah, that ended up being number 1 on SportsCenter that night, actually, and we actually played really well against Vancouver with an average age of our defensemen being like 22 in that game.
Yeah, Hawks going through the injury ringer right now.
It's the injury bubonic plague
out of the lineup. Wild kind of going through some of that as well. No Spurgeon, no Brodin, no Zuccarello.
Oh, he's coming. He's coming.
Sweet.
So Joey will be joining us too. HP, thank you for hopping on.
Mm-hmm.
How you been, HP? How you been?
I've been pretty good. We're gearing up for the holidays around here.
As is the rest of the United States.
Yeah. We're hosting 2 Christmases, so I know that sounds stressful to most people, but we're not traveling, so that's like not as stressful for us.
And on that note, too, we welcome in our other super fan. Joey is here.
Here he is.
Joey.
I have another fellow Hawks fan on. Thank God.
We're balance up the panel too, with adding
right
him in on the correct side. So we got the Wild fans on one side, the Hawks fans on the other. Good balance. Good production technique there.
It's good stuff, man. Joey, thanks for hopping on. How you doing?
Oh man, I am doing swell. Putting the little guy to sleep. He's having his little milk before bed. And
I was like, wait a minute. His bedtime can't be before Pod Snipe Celly. He's the number one Pod Snipe Celly fan.
He only makes it through about half.
I mean, so do most people. So,
yeah.
So does Joel.
Yeah, so do I. So.
Then Joel goes off and starts telling us some crazy takes about how Seth Jones is going to just, wreck the league.
It's the best.
Everybody tunes out.
Hey, he wrecked his shoulder. He'll wreck the league next.
Right. I got a good bet going on tonight though for the NHL. I'm on the prize picks. I don't know if you guys do the prize picks.
I've heard of it.
I haven't,
but I've seen it.
I got 25.5 on the over for Levy saves, and then who did I pick for shot? Oh, over 2.5 shots on goal for Connor McDavid.
That over 2.5 shots on goal.
That's
should be a lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, even against the Islanders, who shut things down defensively and pretty good at limiting shots, McDavid should still find a way to get 3 shots on goal.
Yeah, they do this thing called Taco Tuesdays where they pretty much give you like a free, like should happen type pick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Underdog does that too.
Yeah, so that was the he was featured on that, and then I picked which he had 11 saves in the first period, but he also gave up 3 goals. So we'll see how that one pans out, but it's fun. If you do prize picks, let me know because I can get you a code.
I'll think about it.
100% deposit.
But hey,
ooh,
we gotta.
Here
this is the biggest super fan of Potsdam. This is okay. This should be our most viewed show now. Come on,
making
this is the
history.
This is the most adorable show we've had now. Where's his Mini Bedard jersey at?
He's got a T-shirt. I didn't want to splurge for the jersey.
He's just gonna grow out of it in 3 days?
Yeah, so I'll just overpay for a T-shirt he'll grow out of in 3 days. That's okay.
That's a good point. I love it. I love it. Well, welcome, guys. Yes, if Dan said it, this is our holiday special because we like to mess around. Oh, we got the bourbon. I didn't pour any, but
there we go. No, I just got water.
Yeah, I'm on the water.
Saving the bourbon for after the show.
Of water. Something I would recommend, by the way, if you like peanut butter and whiskey and eggnog, Screwball's eggnog is very good.
Good to know.
Just the regular Screwball.
Regular Screwball's also
there you
delicious.
go.
I've actually gotten into drinking that neat. I ordered it. Where did I order it? I ordered it. I forgot where I was at. I was at a bar and I ordered it.
The regular stuff?
Just regular Screwball neat. And the bartender looked at me. He's like, "You're right. That was a weird request, but it's delicious, so I don't care."
What about the mixing Malort with the Panera lemonade? Lemonade that kills you. Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah. Okay. What's with the Panera lemonade? Somebody's gonna have to explain that to me because
it's got
I missed it.
Just an obscene amount of sugar and caffeine in it.
It's like the equivalent of drinking like 2 Monster Stone Cold Steve Austin
it's like
style,
4 or 5 Red Bulls in a 30-ounce. Like it has that much caffeine.
Oh my god!
It's insane. And that's in addition to like 60 grams of sugar.
Oh my god!
In it anyway,
give you a heart attack on sight.
It's Four Loko on drugs.
It pretty much is. So.
Literally, just minus the liquor.
Yeah,
but mixing Malort, that's worse than the guy. That's worse than the video of the guy dipping his Italian beef in the Malort.
Oh, that was so funny.
I almost threw my phone.
That was bad.
It's so good though.
The real question is, what gets impacted more? The beef becoming worse from the Malort, or the Malort getting better because of the beef?
Ooh. Yes.
Which impact is greater?
Yes.
Hot take. I don't think Malort is as nasty as people say.
I mean, I don't either, but I've also,
I can agree with that.
I'm well into the double digits of how many times I've actually had a shot of Malort. So
same. And maybe I'm becoming numb to it. I don't know.
pretty much. Except I say that, and then like I'll say it, and then the like 2 more times after this that I do it, I'm like, nope, this is just as bad as it was the first time. But then the next time I do it, I'm like, that was easy.
I mean, it's just like drinking gasoline.
You know what, though?
Wedding in Illinois about a year and a half ago now, and we drank as a wedding reception group. I think we polished off at least 15 bottles of Malort that night.
What?
Yep.
That's impressive.
It really was.
That's
they were just pounding it. It was a lot.
Did that break you just like your bachelor party broke you?
No, actually, believe it or not.
What's more impressive, drinking them out of Malort or drinking the bar out of Old Fashions like we did at your wedding?
I like that one better. Personally, I like that one better.
Within the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, we were.
Wow, that's good work.
We drank them out of Old Fashions before dinner was served.
HP hands me an Old Fashioned. It's made with Jack Daniels. I'm like, what?
It's all we got.
Well, I ordered Buffalo Trace for our wedding.
Ooh,
there was that story going on.
We got a bottle of that right there.
That's a favorite.
And like before, they're like, hey, we're not able to get Buffalo Trace, but you could choose from these 3 that we can get you at no charge. So I ended up choosing Knob Creek.
That's also a
really good choice.
That's my person. You just mentioned 2 of my personal route. Mount Rushmore.
That worked out pretty great for the people in attendance. I'm not gonna lie.
you could say good.
We got a comment here from Mark on Twitter asking, "Is this a weekly podcast?" Yes,
yes,
we are
it is.
Weekly. Tuesday nights, 8 Eastern, 7 Central.
Thank you.
Except for next week, which of course for the holidays we're taking next week off.
Of course.
As is the NHL. The rosters freeze
tonight,
11:59 tonight or tomorrow night.
I saw a tweet that said tonight, but that could have meant tomorrow.
I think it's tonight, but there are
the
games
roster
tomorrow
freeze could be tonight. Then there's games tomorrow, and then that's it for about a week.
Yeah.
So no, that makes sense. And you know what we're talking about? But yes, we are a weekly podcast.
Thanks for the comment, Mark.
Yeah. Did we just get a new weekly viewer? Let's go.
You might have.
I sure hope so. That'd be awesome.
On that topic, we were talking about running the bar out of bourbon.
HP.
It's HP's burner account. Thank you. I'll take it. If there's people with burner accounts that are giving us follows, I don't care. So we were talking about the bourbon, leaving we were running the bar out of bourbon. Could be like maybe the Grinch stole the bourbon, which leads us to your guys' team on the right side of my screen.
Yeah, right side. Yeah, we're on the right.
Is John Hynes a Grinch for sitting Marc-Andre Fleury against Pittsburgh for his return to Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Yes, he absolutely is.
I say no.
I say no, but I'm a little closer to the yes side than probably Dan is.
You can tell who the Wild fans are and who the non-Wild fans are if you couldn't tell before.
I'm going to say no because, for one, it's not like it's, his first chance to go back to Pittsburgh since he left. And having played with Chicago, having played with Vegas, having played with Minnesota, he's also gone on the record and said that he doesn't like playing at Pittsburgh's arena as a visiting goaltender. It's just not what he likes to do. Looking at the numbers as well for Gustavsson was on a tear coming into last night's game. And of course, unfortunately, it's a 4-3 loss for the Minnesota Wild in that one. Down 3-0 early, battled back to tie it, and then gave up a goal in the third and ended up being 4-3. But even looking at how things are going tonight, 2 on Fleury in the first, it's not necessarily a performance issue. I think you're looking at a team playing 4 games in 6 days and trying to figure out how do we balance everybody's schedule going into the break, and then go from there to we may have lost Joey there for a second.
I'm working on coming back. This kid's wild.
No worries. No worries at all. Yeah, throw in hands like Connor Dewar in the first period.
I mean, I'm taking him to all angles here. I'm totally losing this fight.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it's they talked to Fleury and it sounded like he had I guess I'm a little disappointed, but he still had fun anyway. He was able to pull a prank on was it Letang where he switched out his helmet in warm-ups to have the road helmet, and he had it on and was ready to go, and then realized, oh shoot, everyone else has the black buckets. They were able to switch him out, prevent a fine as well. Apparently that's a fine from the league.
Is
if
it
you're
really?
wearing the wrong colored bucket in warm-ups.
We got another fight in the Wild Boston game. Pat Maroon,
boy.
and I can't see the other guy yet.
If I had to bet, it'd be Trent Frederick.
Come on, show him. Show him.
Or a fine.
What was that, Joey?
I didn't realize that was in the wrong bucket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Even
apparently, and that's why they switched it out. Otherwise, the equipment manager was going to let him go.
The assistant equipment manager caught it and was like, "Hey, you can't do that."
So Dan brought so much logic to that question, but realistically, no logic is any logic with this. You start Marc-Andre Fleury in Pittsburgh.
And
It's just fun. Clearly, John Hynes is a fun sucker.
Okay, sure, maybe he is, but you play to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Wild ain't doing shit this year anyway.
See, that's why I have the
Hey, man, we are coming for that wild card 2 spot.
That's right.
That's our
right.
spot.
No, I know. I kid. I know. You guys will still end up.
Talking about the Vikings, or are you talking about the Wild when you say the wild card 2 spot?
Both.
Oh, boy. You could go either way.
That's still closer than the Bears will get.
Well, and beyond that, would play the Lions in 2 of the final 3. And the Lions are going to be looking for, I think they still have a chance at the number 1 seed, don't they?
The Lions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, with
I believe they do. Yeah.
with the Eagles.
With Dallas and Philly both being frauds in certain situations.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, to go back right to the question, right? Obviously, the initial knee-jerk reaction is yes. But, you know, you play to win the game. Like Dan said, it's not like it's his first game back in Pittsburgh since he left.
You play to win the game.
I mean, obviously, I don't know. Pittsburgh probably threw a little video on the board for him, I'm sure, right? Like,
I actually don't even know if they would have, because he's returned. Because, like Dan said, that he has returned for multiple teams now at this point. So,
like, came back when he played for Vegas for the first time.
Exactly, and actually, I remember, even though he had already returned with Vegas when we played Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, they gave him a little mini video too, because the Hawks local broadcast mentioned it, that he got a little mini video during one of the TV timeouts.
But this could be the last time he's playing there, so
that's kind of also why I'm like I knew it wasn't his first return, but it's like it's his return, and it could be his final return. If
there is that factor as well. But he also hasn't officially said, like, hey, this is my last season.
Right.
There's no confirmed he's retiring at the end of this year.
Now, if he would have said something like that, I think you maybe throw him in there, like the last minute of the game, or maybe the first minute of the game, right? Let him get maybe an ovation, throw him in there as a nod type thing, or maybe you put him in for the entire game. I don't know, right? But with it being like he might come back, it's not like there's a Marc-Andre Fleury goodbye tour going on, right?
They could have, and to that point, could have had him maybe start the game. You tell the Penguins, hey, we're going to give Fleury the start, and on the first whistle, we're going to switch to Gustavsson. Maybe, we'll let you win the face, or either let you win the face off and just ice the puck, and we'll give it right back on the next face off, or the other way around, and do something like that. But when Fleury hasn't even said that he's officially retiring at the end of the year, it's a little tougher to make that call.
Right.
So,
and he's in such good shape, he could play next year.
He could. I had to like the Pens fans getting the "We want Fleury" chant going after after Gustavsson let up that first goal.
That was
that's good. That's good.
That was historic. I love that.
Poor Gustavsson, take that.
I mean, hey, he probably could have had a good chuckle with that one. With how
I'm sure
amazing-
Fleury was chuckling on the bench.
Oh yeah, he was.
Oh, of course he was. Fleury is like the happiest hockey player ever, and that's why I miss him so much.
It's Abby's favorite goaltender, and for one reason, she really loved when he would caress the posts after the puck.
yeah. Every time it would hit
Give
the
a little
post,
thank you to the post.
yeah.
We
little
love
thank
him
you to
for
the
wanting
post.
to go after Binnington too.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah, we do. You kidding me?
That
We wanted
And he
that
would,
fight
and he
so
didn't
bad.
want to. And Bennington didn't want to go. He didn't want to fight the old
Binnington
man.
kind of.
Oh,
did.
Binnington, he
refs
did.
jumped in
The
the way
refs stopped.
before.
Well,
Binnington
also,
would throw hands with a brick wall if he thought it challenged him.
only when he's got a full diaper, which is pretty much all of the time. So
Ex-Chicago Wolves hockey player.
Jordan Binnington.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's half the players in the league at this point.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Antti Ranta
I
making
was just
his
gonna say, Antti
Chicago
Ranta's-
Wolves debut tonight.
And they sold out today.
Did they?
Yeah, it was a school day game, so they had like 8,000 kids there for a
Oh,
few.
yeah. Right before Christmas. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, that's a good event though.
I think it was because Antti Ranta signed personally.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kyle chiming in. The year is almost over, but the season's a long ways from done. Yeah, we've still got more than half a season to play yet, and even though it feels like it's kind of been longer than that,
Yeah.
it also feels like, wow, we do still have quite a bit of season left.
And that's a good way to kind of segue into our next two questions. Nearly halfway through, Jordan Bennington, former Providence Bruins goaltender. Yeah.
Also true.
Yep. Yeah, Mark is joining us with the Black and Gold podcast that he runs as well.
Hell yeah. Welcome.
So he's tuning in while watching the Bruins in the Wild tonight. So thanks, Mark, for joining in the fun. And I think
Mark.
half our panel is decidedly against you. The other half a little less feeling that way. But the two Wild fans on the show,
I have
hoping this
feelings.
game can maybe get a little closer here.
I don't care because it's not like we're going to win the division or anything, so I could really care less. Go ahead and get a win.
Joe, we're running the second half of the season. I don't know what you're talking about.
True. It's what's going to happen, man.
Everybody's going to come back from injury, and you're just going to jump
What
right
they
up to
need
that wild
do
card
is
two spot.
They need to get me at more games. I mean, I'm 1-0. Nice win against the Kraken.
I
I need to get to more games. That's all it is.
think I'm 0-2 this year so far.
Brutal. I'm 1-1 at Wild games, and one of those was the 8-3 loss to Dallas.
Oof.
I've been to. Sorry, I'm 0-3. Yikes.
Hey, Joe,
Joey,
don't go to more games.
Yeah, well.
I hate to break it to you, Joey. The bet is dead. Devin Levi has been pulled in Buffalo. It is now 6-1 Blue Jackets.
Well, I got called back up. How did I miss that?
Yeah, he only went down for like a 10-day stint.
Oh.
That's
Not ideal.
That's
Not at all.
very. You could say that puts Devin Levi on the naughty list.
Oh,
Yeah.
you certainly could.
What a segue.
Oh, that's bad.
Well,
He's
no, but
learning.
I mean, yeah, I know, right? I am learning. Well, Mark also kind of, Mark helped us segue into that because he mentioned like we're almost halfway. Or I'm sorry, not Mark. Guile helped us segue to that. We're almost halfway through the season, so we got to have. It's Christmas time. We got to have a naughty or nice list, right?
I mean, I know who's at the top of the naughty list, but I don't know if it's appropriate to say.
I mean, I think all four of us at the exact same time can say one of our main ones that's on the naughty list. 3, 2, 1, the official.
Gary Bettman.
Oh, well, a little different. All right.
Got a little bit of variance there.
Gary Bettman is an extension of the officials.
Not only that, but I think Gary Bettman is written in permanent ink, sharpied at the top of the naughty list every year.
He's a very, very close second on
Santa doesn't even waste time giving him coal.
Just the threat of an impending lockout.
He delivers Gary Bettman bottles of Malort every year. That's worse than coal.
Jeez.
That would honestly explain so much
That would
about who
explain
Gary
a lot.
Bettman is.
I mean, I've likened drinking Malort as to licking a tire that's been used for 10 years, and he acts like he licks tires for a living. So
He looks like a tire.
yeah.
Old leathery bag.
Well, so I mean, a lot of us agreed on the officials. I mean, the officiating, and not just the NHL, but pretty much every league has been atrocious.
Atrocious.
The only time that NHL officials look good is when you compare them to the NBA, and probably the NFL for the most part too. But I mean,
well, no, to your point, Joel, you know, the officials, and maybe it's silly for me to be like this, but I'm still not over a play that there needs to be some clarity on how far you can go back to review an offsides.
Oh, I was at that game, so I'm not over it either.
You know, like, okay, I get it, but like if it's been 45 seconds, it didn't affect the play. I'm sorry. Like you had a chance to, and maybe that's the wrong perspective to have. I don't know. You know, I'd be interesting to hear some of the guys who are involved more in the game than I am now. But like, to me, you had an opportunity to set defensively. It's not like, oh, it was a bang bang play and then we scored right there.
But also, like offsides, if you're offsides by that much, how much does that matter? Offsides,
that's the whole thing.
Was put in place so you couldn't send a guy to stand in the slot, wait for a pass.
Couldn't just carry
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The original one was what Matt Duchene was like 3 feet offsides,
right?
And that's different. But if you know,
everybody froze because they were like, "Wow, it's that far offsides," and yet. He still scored, and they said, "Yep, good goal," and there was no way to review it, and they immediately implemented video challenging for that following season.
And HP's point is probably the strongest. HP's point is the strongest too. Like, obviously, like Joe, you were watching the game. I was at the game. That review was so damn long because that's how damn close it was. So that's why HP's point is the biggest kind of helper there. It's like it literally gave zero advantage. It's just a technicality.
Well.
And I'm not saying we wouldn't have won the game anyway. We lost 4-0. It would have been 4-1, whatever. But still,
but it could change the outcome of that moment in time, right? Maybe we it's a momentum shift, right?
Right.
So you went back 45 seconds or however long it was to review something that was a centimeter offsides.
Yep.
I really don't think that affected the play in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly. There was
I would agree with that.
There was no clear and present advantage given to Bedard and the Hawks. Bedard was the one that scored the goal. So I get it. Now you're getting really nuanced, but
So how would you move? How would you change the rule to be like, okay, he was this much offside, a centimeter offsides, as opposed to 3 inches, 3 feet? You know, and how do you? That's the problem they're facing right now. Is like, you're right. The most minute, like little bit offside is not going to matter. But how do you judge? You know, how do you change the rule?
I think it's
adjust for that.
I think it's to Joey's point. You get a time limit. If you want to run a coach's challenge on an offsides play, and you know the league can jump in and add any nuances to said fixed rule. You know, you get 20 seconds to challenge X scenario, Y scenarios, whatever. But that's kind of what you can do. Like you have, let's say 20 seconds. And in that case, it was like 40 seconds, I think, had already passed. And
think about it that way. They had a guy in the video room reviewing that for 45 seconds. Then there was a whistle. And then it was like, and then they scored, right? Then they do the celebration. Bedard's going through doing the high fives. They come back to center ice and they're like, we're reviewing it. So they had a chance for 1 minute and 10 seconds, give or take. I don't know, 10 seconds there.
Yeah.
To review a play, to go back for something that was a centimeter offsides that didn't really affect the play anyways.
Right. And you think about like, we've seen scenarios where if you're a team that's really on your heels in your own defensive zone, and let's say maybe it's a power play too, we've seen teams spend that entire 2 minutes, no whistle, just peppering shots back and forth, back and forth.
It was a power play.
Exactly. And it was only it was about 40 seconds of that power play, and then they scored. Think about if it was all 2 minutes and maybe even more, even when they got their guy back and we still let's just say you keep peppering them. If that play never technically came back actually offsides, like how long are we going? And then all of a sudden, all right, we got to stop it. Or you're like, all right, they scored the goal 3 minutes later. Hey, hold on. Like that would be, we haven't seen that, but the one day we do see that, that's going to be insane.
But the thing that's tough about hockey is there's no stoppage, right? Like in football, okay, there's a stoppage maybe after the play, right? And then you can, if you want to review it, you throw the challenge flag, right? There's not necessarily a stoppage. Okay, I think it's offside. It's not like they're throwing something onto the ice to review it right in that moment, right? Like, how do you?
Got a couple other naughty list items here too. The Players Association on how they issued this. Dan and I talked ad nauseum about that last week. Absolutely, Kyle, we agree.
Joel, I got a thing for your offsides thing. I think on 32 Thoughts, a guy called in or whatever and asked. So within that 45 seconds, so the play is offsides or whatever. They don't review it until he scores a goal. 45 seconds. What happens if in that time there's a penalty taken? So whatever team commits a penalty, is that penalty null and void now? Now that they've taken off the, I think
it would have to be.
Right.
Yeah.
So if a team scores in a delayed penalty, or not even scores, it's just a whistle. After a whistle, they say, okay, that play was offsides, but a guy got high sticked 45 seconds later. Well, that penalty should have never happened.
Yeah,
right?
That's a factor too.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
That's an interesting thought.
Joey let us know he's going to be right back.
He will be right back, but that's fine. I mean, yeah, we do we have any other naughty list items, guys?
Who did I say earlier? Oh, Bally Sports.
Bally Sports. I went with Evander Kane.
And Evander Kane, yeah.
Evander Kane might have an eternal spot on that list too. I'd
Certainly
probably
in that direction.
Other naughty list items. Well, Corey Perry.
Joel,
Corey Perry definitely is on that list.
You said ESPN broadcast in our text thread.
Oh, I did. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, the ESPN hockey broadcast. It was the last Hawks game they had. Oh, it was the Battle of the Connors. That they very much promoted to to the absolute most they could. So if you're going to promote something that heavily and that much and really throw it in everyone's face, and one of them is my team, of course, I love that. But taking that aside, if you're going to do that, make sure your broadcast is working correctly. The audio was out of sync for 2 straight periods of the game.
Yikes.
You literally would, like, slap shots would be going off. Like there were a couple posts that game. You would be watching the audio and it would be like off the post. And then about 2 seconds later, you hear ping. And then you have because that was the highlight, one of the highlight reel shot goals that Bedard had. That was the just disgusting release. I sent you guys a video.
Oh yeah,
that goal. I don't want to say it didn't get ruined or anything, but it like the audio was given away because it like 2 seconds before he actually even does that release, you hear like Bedard scores, and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Oh. What like what the hell? Like, and you're just like, what is going on? And it just was hilarious too, because during like you got one of the power plays is ending, and you got the goalie slamming his stick for the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 at the end of the. But it's so out of sync that it's just like it was.
I don't even know how that audio, like how you have it get that off from your video feed. Like having worked in TV production before, right. I really don't know how you have it get that far off.
Especially when you're paying that, or when they have that much money into the broadcast. Like
Dan, to your point too, you've been behind the scenes. Like, how do you one, not notice it for 2 periods, or 2, you notice it, but how do you not fix it for 2 periods?
That's a really tough call.
That's a good hour. That's a good hour plus of TV time that it's not getting fixed.
Yeah. And I mean, if you have it during the break as well, like if you have it during, say, the intermission report, I having not seen the game, wouldn't know if it was off there or if it was just off the main truck.
I'll send you.
You are getting all these separate camera feeds coming in, and you're moving them through the switcher to be able to go. But that's still, you're getting your audio and video feed at the same time. So like it's through the same cable. So I don't know what would cause it. And I don't know what would cause that long of a delay in trying to fix whatever it is. Cause they were getting comments too, all over social media about,
they were getting destroyed on Twitter.
Yeah. So like you have maybe a broadcast manager and producer who's checking in on some of that kind of stuff and able to verify, like, oh shoot, yeah, our audio's off. What do we need to do to fix it?
Right.
A good tech and audio crew will have that fixed if they know it's an issue. But if they don't know it's an issue, there's not much they can do. So,
right.
Let's move into the nice list.
Absolutely.
Enough negative talk for now. At least
Yeah.
until we talk
But
about
The holidays. We're supposed to be happy.
We're gonna add Joey back to the nice list as
Let's
well.
go.
He's back with us now, so
We're
we're all
back.
set. NHL nice list. In fact, Joey, let's start with you on this one. I know we're kind of putting you on the spot a little bit. We didn't prep you about our rundown for the show tonight, but
No, you know, I got to come from a little bit of a homer side of this, and I'm going to throw out.
You weren't going to do it. I was going to do it.
Well, I'm not going to do exactly, I think, what you're going to do. But I think that the two things for me is, first and foremost, without getting too deep into the topic, is naughty list Corey Perry, nice list the way the Blackhawks handled that situation. I think, especially coming off of some of the stuff the Blackhawks have been involved with, they did exactly what they needed to do. Commend them for that. Other than that, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say there's two young defensemen for the Blackhawks that I think are on the nice list for sure. And we're talking Vlasic and Korchinski. I think they've been fantastic for the Blackhawks on the back end. I'm not going to go as far as saying as they could be the next Keith and Seabrook, but that's the vibes I'm getting because they're playing well. They're young. And then obviously as Joel's probably, I won't steal Joel's thunder. But I think the other thing on my nice list is as much as it is a naughty list thing for me to see him in the uniform, it's nice to see Patrick Kane back playing hockey. That's my short rundown for just getting brought into this. But, you know, I just think for me, trying to get more involved back into the NHL, as the past couple of years haven't been as involved as I was in college when Dan and Joel knew me. But I got to tell you, this has been pretty darn good to see a lot of these young players in the NHL kind of coming up. And it's been exciting for me to see guys like Fantilli and Carlson and Bedard, and because for the past 5 or 6 years, I'll be honest with you, some of these prospects coming in have not been as involved outside of a guy like McDavid and seeing what he can do when he came through. Right. So I'm proud of myself on the nice list, getting back in the NHL. So that's where I'm at.
Absolutely. And Mark agreeing too. Yeah. I mean, we talked about it ad nauseum. Yeah. The Hawks did the right thing. And I'm like, I trust that office doing it. Yeah. And then Guile agrees too. Yeah. Rookies stepping up and on every team.
That was going to be my nice list.
Everywhere. Yeah. Dan, go ahead and go next. We'll do in a little X formation.
All right. Yeah. I was going to go with the rookies this year. And we all knew coming in, you know, Connor Bedard is the next big thing. And we knew Leo Carlson, it's like, okay, is he going to live up to being the second overall pick and having jumped Fantilli? Mm-hmm. With Fantilli, where is he going to fit in Columbus? And he's been all over the lineup and has just kind of taken all of that in stride. But even just looking around the league, we talked about Devin Levi earlier on the show, Matt Patra for Boston, having a solid rookie campaign so far and making that jump. Looking to the Minnesota Wild with Brock Faber and Marco Rossi. Officially having their rookie campaigns here. Faber has been outstanding for the Wild this year and has really been the best. Honestly, he's been the best defenseman for the Wild, just like on a consistent basis this year. Given, and I think HP will back me up on this as well, with Spurgeon in and out of the lineup, Brodin in and out of the lineup, just from a pure consistency standpoint. He's playing with the poise of a 10-year vet right now, and he's only played like 30-ish games, including last year's playoffs. So for me, I'm going rookies on the nice list.
Can I get a stick tap for my first Joel Stradamus take of this season being correct, with Brock Faber being your best defenseman?
Yeah, we'll give you stick taps for that one.
I may not be as good as I was last year about calling coaches getting fired and the order they got fired, but I did say at the beginning of the season Brock Faber would be your best defenseman.
Let's see if I can get the stick here.
Oh, you don't actually have to tap.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
I actually got the mini stick.
Oh, there it is. Hey,
yeah.
Your audio's in sync too.
Yeah, how about that?
How about that? We're a mini local small time podcast that has better audio than ESPN.
How about that? There you go, Joel. Getting credit for your decent insight on how good Faber's been. Yeah,
I mean, Dan and HP have been showing me him since they got that kid up, but I just used the playoffs, even though you weren't in long. Like what he did in that first round, I was like, dude, that kid's gonna be a stud.
Yep.
His diving poke check.
Yep. To save the game
to block that shot
Dang.
was one of the most heroic things we've seen in a Minnesota Wild hockey game. Like that was just unbelievable. And you look at the Fiala trade is a win for both sides. Like you can't call it any other way at this point. Looking at what Faber has turned into as well, and like Fiala is tearing it up with the Kings. Happy for him. That's about as balanced a trade as you can get, which is what you want to see. Both sides winning from the deal.
Yeah, you love seeing those. It's so rare that it happens, but.
Kyle with the curves.
Tan just hit the naughty list digging for this stick.
It has been
what?
Since I moved here. It's been in that exact spot, and I've never had to take it down for stick tip. So that's going to be a bit now. So we sparked a bit tonight.
I like that.
Man. I like that. I think we'll go this way. HP can finish us off. My nice list for the league. I mean, Joey and Dan kind of took two of mine. So actually, very quick, I won't even talk about it, but I'll take one of Joey's because he put it in our little group chat. Nice list was the Seattle Winter Classic jersey, that's for sure. Those things are amazing. I love the naughty list too. The Vegas Winter Classic. I agree. The Vegas Winter Classic ones are, and they're my second team, and I'm like, really, guys?
It's their worst jersey they've ever come out with. They've hit so many times, and then they come out with that, and I'm like,
I know. I was just like, really,
they tried too hard.
They tried to go like, yes, it's a throwback. You've been a team for 7 years, not 7 years, right? I can't do math. So you've been a team for 7 years, and you're gonna throw it back to. It was something along the lines of like, I think it said like the 1920s or 10s or something, and I'm like, Las Vegas was literally sand. That's all it was at that point. Like, I can't take credit for that joke. That was the CHGO Blackhawks podcast, guys. I'll give them credit for that joke, but that one made me laugh. My other nice list, I'll get it. It's the low hanging fruit. You guys took the really good ones. Is Connor Bedard, man. Like, there's always that, and this isn't even like, we have like it's one of those things like. There's so much hype. And I mean, a lot of teams in every sport have had that where you get this, we use the term, generational talent, but you just never know, right? Like you don't know if it's how long is it going to take, right? Like how long is it going to take for that generational talent to show up? Is it going to show up? Obviously with Bedard, I don't think really anyone was ever gonna say like, oh, he's gonna be a bust, like he's just not gonna, like, he's the next Rick DiPietro or something like that. No one really, I think, had that kind of. I know, right? No, I don't think anyone really had like that on their bingo card, but there's always that chance, right? And he has just come in as an 18-year-old kid. Like the kid can't even drink for 3 more years.
By the way, in case you were curious, Rick DiPietro not counting against the Islanders cap currently, but is still receiving payments from his buyout.
Wow.
The
Bobby Bonilla, yeah.
Pretty much the deferred
or
payments
now
on that.
the modern version is the modern version of
Shohei
Ohtani. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's shown leadership. He's shown like that kid is more mature at 18 than I am at 29. Like it's insane. His skill is already showing and he's 18. That's my nice list. It's a homer nice list, but also getting deep. I won't go too deep, but this just happened over the weekend. Nice list is the Blackhawks as a teammate core for literally leaving practice. The reason Kevin Korchinski has been a scratch lately, his dad unfortunately passed away. And the team as an organization let him just like, we're putting you on, I think it's IR technically, like just go as much time as you need. And then the entire team after the game against Vancouver, or I believe it was after the practice before the game against Vancouver. It was sometime on Sunday, they all left practice or the morning skate to go to the services for his dad. Like, that's just, I don't know, that made my nice list. I know it's a little sentimental, but that's so cool to me. Like, you know, he's a young kid. He's a 20-year-old kid. He was on your nice list. He's showing out to be making the DeBrincat trade worth it. And it's probably too early, but still, like, he's an awesome kid. He's starting to come up a little bit as a mini leader, kind of, you know, it's slowly developing. And that just to me was super cool to see a teammate bond like that, to go help him out during that tough time.
Yeah, they're building a good culture. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Kyle from Chicago, man. All right, HP.
On a similar note here, we do have a quick question from Mark I want to get to here.
Oh, yeah.
This is kind of mostly for Joel and for Joey here, but HP, if you have thoughts as well. Mark asking, what are your thoughts on how Bedard worked with Taylor Hall, former Bruins forward, before Taylor Hall got hurt? You guys got to see more of Taylor Hall with Bedard than what I think HP or I did. So I'm going to defer to you guys on that one.
It's tough. Joey, chime in, interrupt me at any point. It's tough because sadly we didn't get enough time. Like, yeah, we saw it more, but we still didn't get enough time. But I think just because he was kind of in and out of the lineup with mini injuries until the ultimate, you know, the season-ending injury. But I mean, how he was working quite well with him very early on when Hall actually was in the lineup and not dealing with anything that was still kind of nagging from one of those mini injuries he had. I liked it. I think he worked really well. That's the other thing too. It's like anybody has been like, I heard this on again, my favorite podcast, the CHGO Blackhawks podcast. They made the best point. Like, Bedard at 18 works well with anybody. He's making Philip Kurashev look really good. And half the people watching or listening probably don't even know who the hell that is, unless you are a Hawks fan like Joey and I. So that's just the thing. Like, I think it worked well, but we just didn't get enough time with it. Joey, does that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say to the point. You know, Dan said that we saw him play, you know, together more, and it's probably true. We didn't really. He was in and out of the lineup early, and then there were times when he wasn't playing on the first line. He was kind of playing the second line with Reichel more. Listen, I was excited to have Hall on that line with Bedard because I thought it took a lot of pressure off of Bedard to have someone who is inexperienced, you know, winger out there with him who's kind of been through it, as you know, because Hall was a pretty high prospect.
He was a first overall pick. Yeah.
So he kind of been through it. Like, I thought it was a great signing. But you know, to Joel's point, I mean, he's making Philip Kurashev look good. Ever since they threw Reichel on the line, he's made him look good. He's making Donato look good at times, right? I think
that dude works his ass off. He's on my nice list too.
But I think where you miss a guy like Hall is on the power play with Bedard, because Hall kind of was going to be your quarterback, I think, on that. And now Bedard's kind of been forced into it, and he's still trying to figure out, I think, where to be on the ice during some of these power plays. And I was really excited for it. I loved it. Not going to lie. It's working very well in my franchise on Chell. But I think we just didn't get to see enough.
Well, and I want to point out as well that during this segment alone, we named all but one Blackhawks forward who is under contract for next season. So you have Bedard, you have Kurashev, you have Donato, and you have Taylor Hall, the one other forward under contract for next season, Andreas Athanasiou. Everybody else is either a UFA or an RFA.
Yeah, so, Hawks are missing tremendously right now in that lineup.
They are, and that's even including the guys who are injured.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
That's how they stack that deck.
And to Mark's point here too, yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the question. And to your point, Nick Foligno, give him the C until Bedard is ready for the C. That is my take on that. But really quick,
another good Boston guy too. Forgot about that.
Yeah. HP, what about your nice list before we move on to
Dan touched on I was gonna say Brock Faber because he has been huge for the Wild, and like you said, what we've needed when Brodin's down, Spurgeon's down, and they continue to trot out Merrill and Goligoski. So
Merrill's been brutal.
Oh,
you could probably put him on the naughty list.
Yeah, he's on the naughty list.
Nice for the vibes.
Oh, he's a great dude.
Nice for the vibes.
His nickname was Johnny Vibes.
I love that.
He's a great dude.
Nickname for a while.
He stinks. Get him off my team.
Ryan Donato for the Hawks.
Hawks goal.
Hawks goal. Donato. Nice.
I just said, man, that guy works his ass off.
That goal was for Mark.
Former Minnesota Wild.
Very assist for number 98.
You love to see it. Sorry, go ahead.
I actually was late lineup change too. I guess I talked about how Bedard makes Philip Kurashev look really good. He apparently got late minute scratched for Cole Gutman instead. Interesting.
Wow.
I got one more that I can think of off the top of my head, and this is kind of a weird one, but I'm gonna Dean Evison for how he handled being fired.
Mm-hmm.
He went on. He did a couple interviews. I know he did Bardon Beauties, and I think he did one more. I can't remember. Oh, he did Russo. The article with Russo. He just handled that with such class. Like he could have gone in there saying, whatever he wanted to say, bad mouthing Billy or whatever happened. But he went in there and was like, it happened, and let's move on. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'd put him on the nice list.
I'm a little surprised that with the Ottawa Senators parting ways with their coach, that Dino wasn't one of the first ones that they had lined up and ready to go. Evison's going to be a coach this time.
He will be. I think he's a good coach. He didn't. I don't think he wasn't going to win a cup here.
Scenery change.
It always depends.
Yeah. Well, and I think you look at the results that the Wild have had the last couple of seasons, like the regular season in particular, they've never been better than they were under Evison.
Right.
But they still can't seem to figure it out, and they've always hit this wall right at the beginning of the season. So if Dean can learn from that and figure that out wherever he goes next, I have no doubt he's going to be successful wherever he goes.
I think about like Mike Yeo. He looked like a pretty decently good coach when he coached you guys, and there was success there. And then, obviously the time the candle burned out. The candle wick burned out. You fired him, and every place he went after that, I know which wasn't many. I think he went to 2 teams after that.
St. Louis and
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
He was awful, right? So
now he's an assistant somewhere now. I can't remember where.
In the AHL.
No, I think he's in the NHL as an assistant.
Is he really?
I thought he was an assistant in the NHL.
So with Vancouver.
Oh, wow. Oh, they're doing pretty well. All right, okay. But before we get to the really fun stuff, we can rattle through picks, right? We still got to do picks.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Let's do it. And we got two others to do some picks with us.
Yeah, we gotta get the banner updated here to have
I don't see my all-time score up there.
Okay, so these ignore what this says for Joel's and mine, but HP, we've got you at 7-5.
Hey,
Joey, we got to get your picks added to the board here.
Yeah, we can.
I swear we've had you on for a pick segment before too, so I don't know where.
We might have had you text.
Joel probably forgot to do it, just like he forgot to text me today. So.
Yeah, blame Joel.
By the way,
blame Joel.
Before we get deep into the picks, yes. Wait, what? For owning, Joel is on my naughty list for owning more than one hat.
Sam, I texted Joel earlier today, and I said, Joel, you need to, in addition to the stocking cap, you need to wear a regular cap underneath, and just have them both. So you got the toque on top, you got the bill underneath, just to rile Sam up.
That was
Is it illegal to have more than one hat?
If it's illegal to have more than one hat,
I'm in trouble.
Shoot, you can see.
It's you know what? It's for the bit, and I keep forgetting to wear the Golden Knights hat. I can't legally wear the Golden Knights hat in season until the playoffs, when we aren't in the playoffs and the Knights are in the playoffs.
That's true.
I want to shout out my hat real quick. This Antarctica hockey hat. I love this thing.
Shout out here for Joey. Twitter or X.
Joey, you gotta.
We still call it Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do.
Drop it in the.
I can edit it.
We'll get a banner for it.
I can edit it for you. I got you.
Joey Yoey 90.
God, I love your Twitter. I love your Twitter handle.
Oh yeah, Mark, thanks for the follow, pal.
Yeah, he doesn't care about you, HP.
No, he said no. He
did. Oh, okay, I thought you were being sarcastic.
He followed me too.
Thank goodness.
Mark, thank you for the follow. I saw that.
I thought we were gonna have a controversy here.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound sarcastic there.
Okay, good. Part of that
Thanks
is
for the follow, bud.
Sorry.
tab because it is now 7-2 Blue Jackets at the end of the second period in that one.
Oh Lord.
And Tampa Bay,
Buffalo.
Tampa Bay is up 5-0 on St. Louis.
There you go, Joey. Your Twitter handles right there. Mark his Twitter handles in his name. But all right, yeah, we can get it going. We can get the picks going. But I won last week. I went 3-2. Dan, you went 2-3.
Yep. Yeah, the stupid Montreal Canadiens.
We're tied though.
Screwed me over.
We're both
because
10-18.
They were up 3-0 in that one, and then lost in the shootout. Still better. Thanks, Montreal. Thanks for nothing.
I told you. And
Nothing good happens.
We are both. Dan and I are both 10-18 on the season. Dan, you hit your 100th loss.
Yikes!
It has been.
I mean, I'm at 91. I can't really talk.
We're close. You're still above 500 all time. So I've got some work to do here, and I feel like part of that as well is like I send it to you first, and then I decide based on what you do, and I talk myself out of some of these picks. I gotta just change it.
You gotta stop doing that.
You know, do it different for the bit or trust my gut. I got to be better about trusting my gut. That's my New Year's resolution for this show for next year.
I also need to stop taking the Hawks to cover because that just doesn't happen. Anyway, our first game, Islanders plus money at the Capitals.
Yeah, I think part of that is the Islanders are playing tonight, so they're playing the Oilers, who up 3-1 on the Oilers as well. Holmstrom, a shorthanded goal, his 5th shorthanded goal of the season in that one too.
Wow,
good Lord,
that's a nice list.
Yep.
Yeah,
dude, the Islanders make the nice list. I mean, I didn't expect them to be 3rd in their division right now.
I don't think a lot of people did.
No. I also expected Philly to be fighting for Celebrini, and that's not happening.
Joey McDavid is sitting on 2 shots. I don't know if those were 2 separate wagers that you had, or if it was the one on the prize picks. But
combined.
Yeah. So we're dead on the Levi bit.
We're dead. Yeah, we are dead.
Okay.
That's why I'm a Wranglers guy.
All right.
I already know who I'm going with, but let's let our guests pick first.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I haven't seen a lick of Washington Capitals hockey this season.
Neither have I.
I just
it
know
hasn't
that,
been good.
I know that Ovi is not.
About it.
Ovi
It's
is
been
not
good
scoring.
enough. It's been good enough.
Are they in a playoff spot right now?
They are, yes.
They are? Okay.
They are currently.
Not that matters for my pick. I'm just curious.
They're just outside.
Oh, they're just. Oh, yeah. No, never mind.
They're tied with the. Actually, no, never mind.
No, they're second wild card spot.
They're in wild card 2 over Detroit by virtue of fewer games played.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, true. Okay. I think I'm going to go Islanders. They're a good defensive team. And is Sorokin playing tonight? Where's Varlamov?
Yes.
So they get Varlamov tomorrow, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been playing pretty well, hasn't he?
Please.
Ageless wonder for Varlamov, man. He just seems to play well.
Yeah, wherever he goes.
Yeah, he's still got like a 916 save percentage this season.
I thought it was higher than
2.728-ish goals against.
Yeah, like what a goalie tandem they got there, Sorokin and Varlamov. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go Islanders.
So Varlamov is just under 9.2. He's at 9.19.
Okay.
And just 2.73 goals against. Yeah, he's just been a hot backup. I mean,
how old is he? He's in his late 30s, no?
37. We just looked this one up last week.
37?
Damn. Wow.
That is older than I thought.
Insane.
Yeah, Dan, HP, aren't you only like 3 years away from that?
Actually, take that back. He's 35. The birthday was on the 27th. That's where I got the 7 from. But
I'm joking.
Oh, he's
this guy, there's still time to bump Joel to the naughty list.
Yep.
I'm always on the naughty list.
Yeah, I got HP on this one. I think I got to take Islanders plus money on the road.
Yep.
Joel?
I'm absolutely taking the Islanders. At plus money, it's plus for a reason. Vegas does know what they're doing with that, but I don't know. That seems like easy money to me. Islanders are playing well right now. I don't care about the backup. See the back-to-back. Exactly. Or is that a clean sweep?
Yeah,
Islanders clean sweep, baby.
That hat is so old.
It is. I got to think about.
Dan, do it for the bit.
Dan, do it for the bit. Joel to the rescue.
We got goal
Yeah, that's
palooza
true.
on right now.
I had known Joel for.
Do we? I took the over.
We had 2 goals by Nichushkin on power plays, and now Reichel just tied it at 2.
Reichel
should've-
finally on the board. Let's go.
Good old number 98 with the apple again.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. Hell
Nichushkin on my fantasy team. Let's go.
Growing
2 goals,
growing
power
that
play,
rookie
too.
point leaders.
Wait. Is this correct, Joey? Is it 2 goals on 3 shots?
For the Hawks, yes.
That's according to the NHL app. That's what it says.
Yes,
Who's
2 goals on 3 shots for the Hawks.
That's not good.
Who's in net right now for the Avalanche?
I missed it.
It is. I will tell
That's
you. It's Georgiev. He's having a rough night. Or Gorgiev. Sorry, I said his name wrong.
Got 11-3.
Hey, remember how I said the over was easy money? Yeah, well, I told you.
Let's not count chickens yet, but
Yeah,
2
settle
in the
down.
first.
There's 7 minutes left in the first, and there's already 4 goals. The over was 6.5.
Hey, this is your
Again.
reminder to set a fantasy lineup because I definitely forgot.
Oh,
Whoops.
Whoops. I mean,
No,
I'm
you
dead
at least
wrong.
set your fantasy football lineup though.
I set my fantasy football lineup.
Did
My
you put
fantasy-
Jordan Addison in this week?
I put Jordan Addison and Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
My fantasy
you
hockey
sat
team is dead in the
Laporta last
water
week?
anyway.
I had Laporta. I had 70 points on my bench.
Brutal.
Prison Mike's Hosers just barely beat me last week.
Hey, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
It was the
Just-
Dementors.
Yeah, it was the Dementors. God. My team is dead in the friggin' water.
Joel, you and I should talk trade. Try and see if we can spark something for one.
I'm fine with that.
Sounds like collusion.
What do we got here? Islanders, another team like Boston with a strong goal team. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston just continues to prove me wrong. One of these years, I'm going to call them and their ultimate regression. But the last 3 years now, and yes, that counts this year, that has not happened.
Best goalie tandem I've seen in my lifetime, Joel, 2013 Blackhawks.
Of course.
Who was their backup that year?
Ray Emery.
Razor.
Was it
Razor.
really?
Rest in
Yeah.
peace. Razor.
Ray Emery. And he stole that game in Calgary where he had like 75 saves because the Hawks just decided to not play defense.
We're not talking about holding the record for most games with a point or without a regulation loss without Razor's phenomenal Hall of Fame performance in Calgary.
Yeah, he was so good that year too.
So clean sweep on the Islanders. The next game, the Wings at the Jets.
Wow. I bet on the Red Wings a lot this year, and they've let me down, so I'm going Winnipeg Jets.
Fair.
Good reason.
I did lose. Did I try to call it? I did. I tried to call, or I tried to bet. I think I did. I bet on a DeBrincat 2 or more goals on Patrick Kane's debut with him, and that did not go well. They won the game. I thought. Oh no, they lost. They scored a lot of goals, and DeBrincat didn't have any. So
I'm with Joey. I'm on the Jets. The Red Wings are too inconsistent.
Dan,
The Red Wings. Did we talk about that hit on Larkin on you guys' show? Did I miss that?
Yeah, we talked about that one.
Okay.
We talked about that and kind of rolled it in with all of the is it a boarding? Is it a major? Is it a minor? Is it a suspension? We talked about that one all last week.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah.
Dan,
Joel, did you pick on this one yet or no?
No, I you go ahead.
Winnipeg's been good to me on the pick segment. I'm gonna take them.
Are we gonna clean sweep 2 of them here?
No, Dan and I are on that. Wait, did we all take the Jets? We did all take the Jets. We are clean sweeping.
This is why I was so worried. I was like, are we gonna get back to back? All of us pick the same one. Should I take the Red Wings to be different?
I don't think so, but we all kind of said it, or you guys all said it. Like, the Red Wings have just been way too inconsistent, and the Jets have also been good to me on the pick segment. So I just can't get myself to pick against them right now.
It's hard to pick against Connor Hellebuyck.
I mean, wait a minute. Let me exactly. So the Red Wings on the road, if this sways anybody, 7-6-1, and Winnipeg at home.
Oh no, Vinny
9-5-2.
Should throw this one out there as well. Winnipeg with the best goal differential in the Central Division and second fewest goals allowed this year league wide, behind only Boston.
And that's why I have to go with Winnipeg, just because
have to.
Detroit lets up so many damn goals. They score a lot of goals too, but yeah, I mean Connor Hellebuyck can keep that to a minimum. Yeah, I think we're clean sweeping the first two picks are clean sweeps.
Oh boy. Well, I bet we're gonna get some different ones on this one. Seattle Kraken +152 at the Los Angeles Kings -184. HP, let's start with you on this one.
Fiala la 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 la. Kings.
Yes.
Well done.
That's all, folks. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Good night.
Stick taps.
Was that a candy cane or was that?
No, a paper towel.
No, damn.
Oh, no, that was his mini stick.
Oh, out of the corner of my eye, it looked like a giant candy cane.
I lost.
Where the hell did you? You're just now pulling that out an hour in.
If this was a giant candy cane, boys, that would have been here from the beginning of the show.
Oh, I like it.
It looks like a candy cane. All right, Joey.
Well, I don't have any Christmas puns for this one, but hopefully you guys. Hopefully, I don't have to explain it. But I'm going to go with a Pirates of the Caribbean reference here, and
I like that.
One day, 5 goals, as Davy Jones would say, 99 souls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the Kraken. Give me the Kraken on the road.
You know what? Finally, we were different. I don't really know if I feel good about it, but I just looked at the records. Give me the Kraken. Because the Kings at home are mid as all hell. The Kings at home are 5-5-3 versus their away record of 12-1-1. They clearly hate what the hell's their stadium called now?
The crypto.com arena.
It's not crypto.com anymore, though.
Oh, it's not?
They did change
They
that.
changed it?
Changed again?
Yeah.
Well, it's
the Staples Center.
It's the Staples Center to me, but
it's like the Sears Tower.
Either way, they clearly hate playing there. Clearly, as much as the owner, or clearly as much as that stadium hates having one name.
Well, I guess Wikipedia still says it's crypto.com arena, so that's what it is for now.
Which is hilarious because wasn't the Miami Heat arena, that was a FTX or something? And that
there was one that was named after like a crypto, and then they're like, we're going out of business, and then they took down the naming rights.
What?
Yeah, that happened with somebody. I could have swore it was crypto.com that happened with, but I don't know.
I think it was FTX.
Never got into crypto.
So we finally went different, right?
So we had HP took the Kings, Joey and Joel took the Kraken.
The Eddie Olczyk effect.
The Kings cost me last week. They cost me the pick segment before that. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
HP.
And I'm going to take the shame again. I'm still going to run with the LA Kings on this one. I can't explain why, other than just a gut feeling. But
can I just
Christmas vibes?
Yeah. Can I just hilariously point out that we did a clean sweep for the first two picks. We finally went different, and we went Chicago versus Minnesota.
I love
Minnesota.
It should.
And actually, I missed this one. LA Kings actually even fewer goals against than Boston this year. 67, a league best.
Wow.
Granted, that is 27 games. Boston has played 29. So there is that aspect as well. But for a team that we looked at this offseason and we were like, yep, only weak link with that team is their goaltending. They've stood up pretty well to that test so far.
I only went differently because they are road warriors. They have the best road record in the entire league at that 12-1-1 that I mentioned. But my God, they hate playing at home. I would too. I said it last week. I said it last week, man, and I mean it. LA sports fans, you're not real fans. Fight me about it.
When are they going to move to Vegas?
What?
All these California teams just keep moving to Vegas. They're next.
Dan is going for Christmas wishes. All right, I like it. So to recap, man, I'm taking Dan's job this week.
Yeah, normally I'm the one doing the recap.
That's all right. So to recap, we all took the Islanders at plus money, by the way. We all took the Winnipeg Jets, and then Joey and I took the Kraken, while Dan and HP took the Kings. So now, the real question of the entire night. And by the way, thank you to everybody watching and commenting and such. We've consistently had like 5-6+ viewers, and that doesn't happen that often. So
just checking in and out. Yeah, we get more on the back end on the Spotify.
Yeah, that's just what I see. But,
yeah.
And yeah, so thank you to everybody.
And that's just YouTube too. That's not the
right.
Twitter and Facebook.
And Twitter.
I'm talking from the past to the future people listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thank you.
Yeah. Join the live. It's more fun.
Boys, we got to talk about it. And quite frankly, it's a holiday episode. We were going to go over time anyway. And everyone stuck with us, so who really cares how long we go over? This isn't just what's your favorite Christmas movie. I'm changing it on the fly. I'm calling a hot route. Give me your Mount Rushmore of Christmas movies.
Oh, okay.
Or Christmas/holiday movies.
Now
Guests?
you're gonna make me think.
Let the guests go first here. Joey looks like he's ready.
Yeah, Joey's got it.
Okay, I'll start off with the first movie and probably the only Thanksgiving movie I could actually think of: Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
What?
I love that. I said Christmas/holiday movie.
Holiday. It kicks off the Christmas season, and it's the only Thanksgiving movie that I can actually think of.
There's a horror movie called Thanksgiving. I don't know if that counts.
It just came out this year, and it's getting great reviews. I need to go see it.
I'm going to throw it on there. It's a Wonderful Life.
That's a good one.
If you're doing Mount Rushmore, that's got to be there.
That's classic.
Christmas Vacation.
But this is your Mount Rushmore. This isn't This isn't like us going like Mount Rushmore of sports, like Jordan, Gretzky, et cetera, et cetera. This is our.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I'm going. Oof. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Christmas Vacation, It's a Wonderful Life. And I have to throw it in there. It stands up the test of time. The original Santa Claus.
I actually
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yes, the Tim Allen one. Yeah,
that's a good one.
That does stand the test of time. All three of them are great, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, an asterisk one for me, just because I went there this year, Christmas Story. I actually went to the Christmas Story house in Cleveland this year. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy to me that the house is in Cleveland, but they're supposed to be in Illinois in that.
Correction, Indiana, bro.
Northwest Indiana. That's right.
They just mentioned the Bears because that's just the closest.
Because he's a Bears fan.
Yeah. Bears fan.
Yeah.
I got
HP?
Christmas Vacation, which is my absolute favorite. The cat getting zapped has me in
stitches. I gotta tell you, if all four of us don't just have Christmas Vacation on, then I don't know what we're even doing.
A Christmas Story. That's a great one. One of my favorites.
Yep.
The next two are a toss. Oh, yeah, not It's Wonderful. White Christmas. We watch that every year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Great.
We had to watch that in films class in high school, and it was very good.
Yeah, it's a classic. I just watched It's a Wonderful Life for the first time last year.
Wow.
Shame on me, but
shame on me. I've never seen it.
It's pretty good. I like White Christmas better, but Joey
dipped out. Well, good thing we had him go first.
And then let's see. I got to think of my fourth one. I want to say The Grinch, the Jim Carrey version, because I think that was pretty good.
Dinner with myself. I just can't move that anymore.
The Santa Claus is such a good pick. I can't cancel that again. Elf. I just watched that.
There's
the
first Elf.
On that one.
There's the first Elf. Okay.
Also, shame on that movie for the hockey deleted scene. Have you seen that one? The deleted scene
Yeah, where
Oh,
Farrell is her buddy's just beating everybody. Yeah.
So let's see: Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story, White Christmas, and I'll say Elf.
we got Giles, and I actually kind of agree with
No
him.
other.
Yeah. Now, look, Christmas Vacation, Christmas Vacation, Christmas Vacation, Christmas Vacation.
Well, to echo that theme, I was going to go Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, and Live Free or Die Hard.
Wait, hold on. Only the
I
first
know
one is a
they're
Christmas
not.
movie.
Don't let the facts ruin a good joke.
Only the first Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Don't let the facts ruin a good joke.
Joey's back.
What about
We just lost power. It was wild. I'm back. We're good.
That was riveting.
No, I would
What
say
about the Harry Potter?
Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone, Die Hard 1,
the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy,
the entire
and the Sound
Lord
of
the
Music
Rings trilogy, the Sound of Music.
Jeez.
All right, so recap real quick. Joey, yours was just rattle it off.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, It's a Wonderful Life, Christmas Vacation, and Santa Claus.
And then HP.
Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story, and I already forgot my third one. Oh, White Christmas and Elf.
Dan?
Good.
Or you know what? If you're still thinking, I can go.
I am still thinking. Go ahead.
All right. I was too, but I think I pretty much got him. Christmas Vacation, absolutely. There was no way in hell that wasn't going to be on there. Christmas Vacation for me. I mean, guys, come on. Home Alone, the first one.
Oh,
come on. Home Alone is. I mean, don't get me wrong. All of Home Alone 1, 2, and honestly 3 are all amazing, but you just can't beat the first Home Alone. So yeah, Christmas Vacation, Home Alone 1 specifically. Then things get a little dicey. I'd probably put A Christmas Story on there for me. I do love that movie. And I'm with Joey. I had it, and he grabbed it right at the last second. They pretty much any of the three, but yeah, the original Santa Claus. I mean, that movie still, again, like all three are really good, but that one's got. I love that one. My mom loves those movies too, so that's why it's like we kind of vibe on that one. Like, yeah. So Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, Santa Claus, and then yeah, I think I got. Yeah, I think I got to go. A Christmas Story. I feel like there's. I was thinking, but I'll do that if I do switch it. Christmas Story kind of switches in and out for me. But Dan, you look like you're ready.
I think so. So I'm going to do something a little weird here, where my Mount Rushmore does not actually contain my favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
That's solid.
So
you're just doing
Rushmore,
like the Mount Rushmore type of thing?
So yep. So the Mount Rushmore, picking my favorite, not my favorite, picking the ones that I think are the iconic, gotta watch them Christmas movies every year. It's a Wonderful Life. Christmas Story.
Yep.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yes.
Every year. That's a must for me.
That's a good point.
And growing up in Minnesota too, Charles Schultz. That was the thing every year in our house. Was Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm a big fan of the classic Rudolph.
Oh, I forgot all the claymation ones.
The claymation.
Yeah, you're talking like
Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah.
Dude, all those
Scott Hartnell.
All those claymations are so good.
Scott Hartnell and Yukon Cornelius are the same person.
Oh my god!
You ever seen them in the same room together? Yeah, I mean
exactly.
I wanna throw an honorable mention because I got two honorable mentions. I couldn't throw it in my Mount Rushmore only because I literally just saw it for the first time last Christmas, and that's A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, is it a Christmas or Halloween movie though?
I would call it a Christmas movie over a Halloween movie though.
I think I would too.
Yeah. That's iconic.
I'm a President Disney guy, so I think
that's why I'm a little surprised you didn't have it in there.
Well, so see, right, mine. You said holiday, so that's why I put Planes, Trains, and Automobiles in there. But that's why I put the asterisk with Christmas Story, because if we're gonna say Christmas movies, Christmas Story slides into that spot. And my honorable mention would actually be the Muppets Christmas Carol. Because who doesn't like the freaking Muppets?
I just scrolled past it and I was like, that's yeah.
I gotta watch that.
The Nightmare Before Christmas is an honorable mention, and you know what? Me being the HP too. HP and I are the resident Marvel fanatics. The Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special last season was incredible.
That was pretty good.
Kevin Bacon.
I actually just watched it on Saturday.
Oh,
for the
it's so
first
good.
time. It's so good.
I need to watch it. It still holds up. What do we got here?
So-
We got Mark's Christmas
Oh,
Vacation.
okay.
Bad Santa. That is a good one.
That is a good one.
What
Die
is
Hard.
Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
I don't know what that is. I don't
Not
know if I've
seen
ever
that.
heard that. No. I love that you include Die Hard though.
So Joel and Dan, you'll appreciate this. My buddy Anthony from Bradley.
The Grinch, absolutely.
We were having this big debate on what's the GOAT. I was saying it was It's a Wonderful Life. He was saying it's Christmas Vacation. So we were watching Christmas Vacation over the weekend. I texted him. I said, your so-called GOAT movie had to include It's a Wonderful Life in a scene in the movie. So I guess what really is the GOAT is It's a Wonderful Life.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
And he just texted me back. Let's just agree that they're both GOAT movies and we're both right. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know what you say to that? You say Merry Christmas, kiss my ass, kiss his
Kiss
ass,
his ass.
kiss your
Yes.
ass.
Your
Happy
own ass.
Hanukkah.
Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass.
And I gotta say, I think my favorite one overall is the original Grinch.
The cartoon.
The cartoon.
The
Cartoon.
cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Hey, that's a good one, man.
Can't beat the classics. I'm a big classics guy.
Very good.
I do love Elf though.
Elf.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Of like post 1995 Christmas movies, Elf takes the cake for me.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Guys,
You said
Gremlins.
pre-1995?
No, post.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Post.
I
Yeah,
wasn't-
Elf was post. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what's
that's what I was
pretty
gonna
good
say. I
that
know
came
it's post.
Did it come out right around COVID? It was Noel.
Oh, with Anna Kendrick?
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
I have not seen
Can
it.
we agree that Love Actually is probably the worst Christmas movie of all time?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, Wild Tie Game.
Let's go. Who got it?
I might get it.
Kaprizov.
Oh,
Kaprizov? He needed that.
Kirill the Thrill.
He's so due.
He was on
So
the
is-
Bar Down Beauties naughty list.
I'm still waiting for the cash. Like, I got a buddy who gives me all the football plays to bet on. So he's at the Hawks game. I gave him 2 plays. I gave him the over and I gave him a Bedard goal because he is overdue beyond all belief for a goal.
Well, he's peppering. He's had some chances, Joel.
He had 5 shots last game, only 2 assists to show for
Let
it.
me
But
put you guys on the spot real quick. What's the big item on the Christmas list this year?
ooh,
Oh,
For me, it's a new golf bag.
nice.
love that. I
Love
love that. I love that. Ooh, man.
I gotta go with mine.
Hold on, wait. Guile has a great question. So, who of you has to be Uncle Eddie? Me.
Joel.
Merry
Joel.
Christmas. Shitter's full.
I think we could have just about said that one in unison.
I think
Yep.
that's Joel.
It's lime.
That's a lot.
Let me ask you something. Does your cat eat Jello mold?
Grace, she passed away 30 years ago.
You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant. I could quote that movie from beginning
I
to
know.
end
I
and never
could
get
quote that
sick of
movie
it.
for so
It's so funny
Great
too, because like the
Mark.
original Vacation movie was Matt.
I cry every time that cat gets zapped under the chair.
That-
Well, you
Oh,
guys
I was-
appreciate-
There's me being Uncle Eddie again. That cat had 9 lives. He just spent them all.
My uncle, who we went to the Hawks game with a couple weeks ago, he wore the Griswold.
Oh, that's a classic.
Speaking of,
Right
Joey
on
needs
cue.
a Griswold hockey jersey right on cue.
I
Mark,
do.
Mark read your mind.
He
I
did.
do
Mark,
too.
we're simpatico on that one. Good.
I do too. I need one too. But
That is the only Blackhawks jersey I would ever put on my body. Is a Griswold.
it's a 0-0
jersey.
anyway too.
I would get the Wayne's World Campbell or Algar jerseys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
There's
guys
a-
seen those
there's
new
a whole
Griswold
site-
jerseys that are coming out with like the moose head on the front instead of the Blackhawks logo?
Yeah, the Christmas Vacation one or the
Yeah.
Griswold one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably copyright protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how I feel about it.
Only other way to get me to wear a Hawks jersey is to have the Wild lose to them in a playoff series.
That's never happened, has it?
Yeah, no, never happened. The Wild have never lost to the Hawks ever. Not even in the playoffs, ever. Never.
Ever.
Not once. Never lost.
Never lost.
Never lost.
Never lost. What? Joey's got it. I'm still on Joey's question. And now this is the part of the show or the part of the holiday show. Like we can just make this annual where now we want your questions and we'll answer them live. Like
having got married this year, that covered a lot of the big stuff.
Yeah.
Like needs and wants.
Fair.
So at whatever I get, I'm good. Like we got most of the other stuff out of the way anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in that same boat. I mean, if I really had to say something, it'd probably be not yet. Not yet. I would say
Enzo. So silicone rings.
Yeah, I know. I got your link.
Line.
I know.
I've sent him. What was there's another one with a Marvel line, Groove or something like that. I sent him.
Yeah.
Marvel. Yeah.
I would probably just want a bunch of Visa gift cards to purchase a bunch of computer parts because I want to rebuild my entire. I want to build a new PC, so that's probably
valid.
That's fun. Yeah.
You know, that's probably what I want. It's boring. I know it's a boring answer, and also Mark congratulating Dan on his marriage.
But like,
absolutely, that wedding was a blast.
But Christmas gifts become practical when you age 20, right? Like you're like, okay, I don't need. Yeah, go ahead, get me a new dress shirt for work. Like,
I need underwear and socks.
It's really funny. Like you think about it, we would cry our eyes out. Like, you got me socks. This is lame. And now I'm like, oh my god, you got me socks. Let's go.
I'm like, thanks. I really needed like 17 new pairs. So.
Hey, me undies. Those things are amazing, and I get those as a Christmas present like every year, and they're the best boxer briefs you'll ever wear.
So comfortable.
Bombas socks, boys.
But I know
I've heard of those.
I have my dresser is literally Bombas socks, and that's it.
They're so good.
It's that and me undies are like an annual thing I ask for now, just because wear and tear over time type of thing.
HP, hop on the Bombas train.
I got to do that. Hey, dude, Bombas and MeUndies sponsor this podcast, please.
Please.
We should be so lucky.
We should be so lucky. I remember when both of those brands were just getting started and like they were sponsors of smaller time things, and now they're massive.
Yeah. Bombas was on Shark Tank too.
Yeah. So Guile has the best question that I actually wanted to do as a topic, but you know what? It's kind of better that it's a fan question, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas wishes from each of us for the NHL.
For the NHL.
So, like,
for the NHL or for our team specifically?
We could do both.
I mean, I guess, we could probably do both. I would say I think it just counts either way. I mean, our wishes are going to be for our team anyway. Let's be honest. So, yeah, for our NHL team.
I mean, the obvious one is I wish for a Stanley Cup. But
yeah,
I'm going to put that aside for the sake of.
And you know what? Hold on.
That's better answer.
Guile, if I may, I'm going to edit your question, because this actually was going to be one of the prompts, but we just added other stuff instead. Your Christmas wish for this season / this offseason.
Still a Stanley Cup.
Still a Stanley Cup. All right.
I mean, that's a top of the list every year item.
It is.
But I'll play by the rule. I'll play by the rules. I won't. Joey and I could, but that's too easy.
You guys could technically say that. Joey and I cannot say that.
Well,
you can put Macklin Celebrini and Cole Eiserman at the top of your list.
Well, okay, Dan took it, so yes, that is.
Oh, Lyle just went ahead 3-2.
There we go.
Ryan Hartman.
There you go. Oh our boy, Joey. It's our boy. Bartlett's own.
Holy shit! It is 9-4 Columbus.
Dang.
The one time I bet on that asshole.
That's an all-time quote for this show. Damn it, can we clip that?
Yeah, clip that.
When we
the one time
I'm gonna say my wish is a soundboard where I can plug in some pre-programmed sounds, and that's going to be one of them.
That's absolutely
You're welcome.
Going to be one of them.
Where is it? Oh, wait, 7. Wait. Is Bally fucking up again?
Real quick, because I got to
evergreen question, HP.
Is it? Oh, okay. No, I got
Joey,
it.
Joey,
It
go
is
ahead. So
9-4.
you got to hop off, right? Joey, go ahead.
I'll answer this question real quick because then I got to get going. My wish for the Blackhawks is a Calder trophy for my boy. And
Not if Brock Faber has anything to say about it.
He doesn't.
well, he does.
He does.
And then for the NHL is to hold these officials accountable.
Yes, Joey.
Hell yeah.
And with that, I have to peace out. But thanks for having me, guys. And if I don't talk to you guys, happy holidays. Enjoy the Christmas season. Enjoy time with your families, and we'll see you guys on the podcast in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Sounds
I don't
like
know. You guys,
Absolutely. Thank you for hopping on so last minute, Joey. We love you. Happy
Go Hawks.
holidays to you and your family. And Santa better be coming for the boy over there, man. He better be getting.
I got to tell you, I've been putting in some good words. I think James is going to have an awesome trip from Santa. So
Nice. We like that.
He's on the nice list. Come on now.
he's on the nice list.
All right, man.
All
Thanks,
right.
Joey.
Merry Christmas, Joey.
Thanks, Joey. Enjoy
Merry
the holidays.
Christmas, happy holidays, man.
Happy New Year.
Yep, you bet.
Yeah. Dan took mine. Yeah, honestly, that literally Mark and Dan basically read my mind of my Christmas wish for this season / off season is, you know what? Hey, if we're going to be bad, if we're going to be worse than we were last year, fine, own it and give me Macklin Celebrini or Cole Iserman.
Hey, Mark, answer me this. Cole Iserman, why did he decommit from Minnesota? Because he's on my naughty list right now. Cole
You know
Iserman.
why? Because he knows he's going to be a Blackhawk.
What does that matter? You have one of your prospects on our team right now.
Yeah,
That's true.
all or more. He's
That's true.
tearing it up.
Team
He's
USA,
gonna tear-
baby.
He's gonna tear up World Juniors.
Frank Nazer and Oliver Moore. Let's go.
And we
My
also
draft crushes
passed-
each of the last 2 years.
we also passed up on Gabe Perreault. That's gonna bite us in the ass.
Yeah. Well, that
Mark,
was
with
a-
you saying Newburyport, is that Salisbury where you're at?
Dan looking at a map. Love it.
Just checking.
And then too bad the Mullets don't go to Boston anymore. Could have.
Yeah. The showcase was always interesting. It wasn't necessarily always good, especially like the year everybody got snowed out and teams got to the rink after driving through the night. Thankfully we didn't have that, but
Mark is in. Am I saying that right? Amesbury.
Yep.
Amesbury.
It's like the worst of the birdies.
You were close.
I'll take it.
All right, Dan, you're the last one. What's your Christmas wish for this year / off season or season / off season?
Get the bleeping penalty kill figured out, please. I'm begging. Like,
you're not even asking for much.
it has been
not a lot to ask
tracking to be one of the worst penalty kills in league history. Thankfully, we're up to 31. Somehow the Islanders are worse than us. Literally, I think for me that's been the biggest issue with the Wild this year has been the penalty kill. Like power play's been decent, goaltending a little rough at the start, but now under Hynes looks a lot better. If they can figure things out on the penalty kill, they're gonna be fine.
They are tonight. I'm trying to find it. They've killed every Bruins penalty tonight, and
moving in the right
I'm
direction.
trying to find how many power plays they've had. And this NHL app sucks. Oh wait, here we go.
It really does.
2. They've killed 2 Boston Bruins power plays
Okay, we'll take it.
so far. There is 2 minutes left.
Let's leave it at 2. Because that would be the part 1A, 1B. 1A is stop taking penalties, and 1B get the penalty kill figured out.
Yeah, you can have more than one thing on your Christmas list.
Yeah, those are combined into one items.
I love it.
Right on cue.
Wild to the box.
Yep, wild in the box.
Right on cue.
Also, Mark is slowly becoming like our next super fan, and we appreciate it.
Yeah,
Gustavsson-
this.
We're growing. We are now in I don't want to say just Boston. We are now in Amesbury, Massachusetts.
Of course, it's Goligoski taking a dumb penalty.
He still plays.
I need a-
That fossil, isn't he like
For a high
88?
stick. The only reason he's on Minnesota is because he's from Minnesota.
Isn't Goligoski like 90?
He's 38.
That was close. All right. I think that's all.
Okay, we need a closer view than that. Oh, here we go.
Hey.
Oh,
I don't know how to settle down, guy.
that's a bad call.
That's
such a bad call. Charlie Coyle
We love
sold
you,
it.
We love you. All right. Well, boys,
That's all
that's
she
that.
wrote.
Why is that all?
That's all
that's
she
it?
wrote. That is all that. That is the Pod Snipe Celly holiday special. Dan, go ahead. I've taken your role half the show. I'll shut up and let you take your role back.
We can switch it up every once in a while. You seem like
I'm working on it.
Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. And thank you to all our commenters throughout the show. We had a bunch. We had Mark, we had Guile, we had Sam chiming in. We had HP and Joey joining the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to you guys for joining and to everybody who tuned in. Our next show, Tuesday, January 2nd, we will be into 2024.
2024. I didn't think that year existed.
Yeah, I didn't either.
What was the John Mulaney bit? 2029. That's not a real year.
That's not a real year.
We're 5 years away from that not real year being a real year.
Dude, like 3 years ago was 2014. Bro, that's about to be 10 years ago.
Stop it.
The fact that we are closer
10
to
years ago, Dan
2020
wore
than
that
we are to
Taves jersey.
2000.
Dan, you're on the decade anniversary soon. You're on the decade anniversary of you wearing the Taves jersey.
Coming in playoffs?
When I took the picture of him in the Taves jersey, that was 2014.
Right.
That's right. That was
It's 2013-14. We didn't win the cup that year, but we knocked you out that year.
he
Well,
knocked
me
us
and
up
Dan
in 12-13 too.
Yeah.
We did.
Was that the year we went to a playoff game? Or was that 2015? Wait.
2015.
20
we knocked you out 3 years in a row.
Per my towel.
That
right?
was that year though.
Yonder.
That year though was the year
Boston just tied it. God damn it.
That was one of the out of those three playoff series we had against you. The year you and I made the bet was the year I was the most scared to play you. And that went to 6 games too. So I had a reason
why we made the bet was because
I had a reason to be scared.
The series could go either way.
It almost went to 7. I got scared.
Yeah, if not for a freaking stanchion.
And your owner, Patrick Kane, signing on the dotted line to own your team.
Our owner is Jerome McGinley. Thank you very much.
Yeah, settle down.
It's Patrick Kane.
Settle down.
It's Patrick Kane.
Jerome
Dude,
McGinley
look at the Wikipedia, man. It's Patrick Kane.
Then somebody.
But anyway, as Dan, next show will be in 2024. From all of us at Pod Snipe Celly, HP, thank you again. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and yours. Dan, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and Michelle, HP, you and Nikki, and to everyone who watched, tuned in, is currently listening right now, in the future. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. You guys are fucking awesome. We'll see you in 2024. I had to get my one F-bomb in before 2024.
I got one in already, so.
I haven't swore like all episode. I had to throw it in there.
Merry fucking Christmas.
Merry
boy.
fucking
Oh my.
Shitter's full.
Good night, everybody.